Good evening.
Sorry,
just literally as I do that, the cat just right in front of the microphone. It's typical, isn't it? Good evening, welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name's Barry.
And I'm Jay.
And together we are Mitosu Crafts.
Welcome to our channel, and that's Tommy.
Making an entrance there as usual.
Yes, so he brushed on the mic, so hopefully that wasn't too loud for you. And Barry dropped the trimmer.
Trying to grab him, I'm not the trimmer. But hey-ho.
So welcome to our channel. This evening you have Barry creating a slimline card featuring the Yuletide Village Stamp Set from Stampin Up's mini catalog.
Yes.
So if you are watching the replay, do fast forward to the demonstration if you prefer, as we'll say hello to those of you who've joined us live. Thank you so much for joining us. So we have Quinn, Judy, Louise, Tanji, Sandra, Kisha, hello, Janice Adams, Nani Shasha, hello to you, Lavinia, Charlotte, Jassel Dassel Craft with Janice. I have to say that slowly. Hi, Janice. Debs. We also have Pauline. Hello, hello. Good evening. Linda, Marty, Vivian, Monique. Who else we got? Barry. Bling Bling Crafter, Pat, Patricia, and Vivian. And I think that is everyone. We also have Melissa on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. I can't see any.
That's the only Facebook one I've seen come through so far.
Yeah.
Lovely. So, so as Jay mentioned, you've got me again.
Oh, Leilani is here too. Sorry.
Hello. So, I reckon we'll get crafting.
Yes.
Do you remember you can purchase your Stampin' Up goodies from us via our online shop. So just quickly pop the link on the screen for you. matosucrafts.com/shop, and that is where you can order your Stampin' Up craft supplies from. So that's if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Netherlands, Austria, Belgium, or Ireland. You can purchase from us. There we
Amazing.
go. Excellent. So let's crack on. Let's get rid of Tommy. And yes.
He can have my chair.
That was right on cue from Tommy. Perfect timing from him, that was. Right, so as Jay mentioned, slim line card. So this is a case. I'm going to put my variation, my little spin on it, from the lovely Stacey Marsh. So some of you may know Stacey. Stacey is also going to be one of Jay's fellow artisan team members for next year as well. So I like her. It's one of these cards. It just popped out. I really liked it, and I've got to make it. So I'm going to make it for you just in case you haven't seen it as well. But do check out Stacey as well. Stacey Marsh. What's her name, Jay? Is she anything? I can't remember.
I think it's just Stacey.
I think it's just Stacey Marsh. You'll find her. So what I've got here, I've got myself some basic white thick, so I'm going to make this into a slimline card. So this needs to be, I've got to remember myself now, 10.5, so it needs to be 21. 21 centimetres, which is 8 1/4, and I would score that in half at 10.5 centimetres, which would be 4 1/8 of an inch. And basically it's the full width of our A4 piece of paper. So that there is going to be my card base for this particular one. I'm just going to fold and burnish that ready. And that's my slimline card base. Done. Okay. I am also going to grab myself some basic white and some basic black. So the basic white is measuring at 19.5 centimetres by 9 centimetres, and therefore I've got myself a bit of basic black here measuring at 20 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres. So that will give me a nice border when this sits on this like that. Okay, so that there is how that is all going to be. What I'm also going to do first is I need to stamp out my houses, but I need to do them and I need some masking done for it. So I've got myself some masking paper. So this is a Stampin' Up masking paper which we've got here. You get 12 sheets in here and you get an awful lot of them as well. So I'm going to just take some of our scraps which we've got here, and Jay is kindly already cutting me some as we speak, because I need to have 6 cut and I need them to be able to do this. So he's already doing this one, so I'm just going to stamp this one of the houses, the house with the 3 windows. Just going to stamp that one on my masking paper. So it's basically it's a bit like a post-it note, but it's sticky all over. So rather than with a post-it note being sticky at the top, this is got a complete stick all over the full works, which is very handy when we're going to be doing this, when we're going to be doing some blending as well. So I've stamped all of my images on to some masking paper, and then I'm going to kindly hand those over to Jay, where he will cut them. Have I got any over there which are ready?
Only 2, because I thought you were going to cut those 2.
Oh, you thought I was going to cut these 2 on camera? Okay, all right then.
I can cut them.
I'll cut these 2 on camera. I will cut them. So
how slow I am.
Yeah, have you got the one with the 2 houses on done yet, Jay?
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. So I'm just going to cut these out. So I'm just going to go round my line and just cut these out. So I'm going to go edge to edge. No white edging on this. And do my best to get it as close as I can. Like that. So who's got masking paper? It's one of those things which we have in the collection, but rarely gets used until a set like this comes along, where you need to create a scene. For something, because we're going to overlap things with the masking paper. So if you're got no idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you how to use it tonight. So that's that.
Concentration.
Yeah, it's sorry, quiet going on here.
I can't even look at the comments.
Yeah, we will get to your comments in a moment. Right, so that's my first one done. So you can see I've just got to cut that out. I haven't worried too much about the bottom part. It's mainly the top I'm interested in. So that's that one, and I'll just cut my tree out as well. Like this. So what's everyone saying? Yeah, post-it notes. Post-it notes work, but sorry, sticky notes. Post-it notes is a brand, isn't it? Sticky notes do work, but like I say, they tend to be sticky just on one side, and if you're doing blending like I'm going to be doing now, you run the risk of lifting it up and it moving. So therefore, you're not going to get a nice. You could potentially blend and go underneath and it move up, and you don't want it to. Such as why masking paper is very good. So Mardy, get your paper out. So Joe's just bringing me over
One more.
those. So that's good. So there we go. I've got 2 trees and I've got 2 houses and I've got this one right here. So this is the house I'm going to start with first. So I'm going to be stamping these in some memento. Let's see the comments we've got there. Yeah, good. Well done, Pauline. And save them as well. Don't get rid of them. They can, once you cut them out, they will stay sticky for a while. So keep them, put them in the case, and use them again. Okay, so what I've got here, I'm just inking up that first one, getting that nice and juicy, and I'm lining up my middle house here with roughly the centre of my card. And I'm just gonna, my head's just gonna sneak in a little bit just to get over the top of this. And I will stick that down right about there. So I've aimed for the middle, and there we have it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to stick this mask on. So before I drop something in there, I'm going to grab myself my Take Your Pick tool, because what I need to do is I now need to peel the paper off of this mask. So some of them, depending on where you've done it, it's got a little cut line down it. Some of them hasn't. So these smaller ones, we just need to find something to peel it off, and then peel it. Now my tip for you is de-tack it. So pop it on your trousers, pop it on your whatever you're wearing, just to get some hair on it. Having 3 cats, that normally isn't a problem. But you just kind of want to de-tack it a little bit, because they are still quite sticky and an all-over stick, and you just want to make sure you don't tear your paper as it comes off. So I'm just going to line this back on top again, like so, almost as if that stamped image is there. Okay, and then I'm going to grab myself my tree, and I'm going to stamp this to the side of this house, like this. There we go. Okay, so it's going to look a right mess at the moment until we are ready, but that's that. Now I'm going to grab my tree mask, find myself a little bit there.
Thanksgiving.
De-tack. Yes, it is. It's Thanksgiving on Friday, isn't it? Or is it tomorrow? Is it tomorrow? Yeah, I think it might be tomorrow, actually, isn't it? So happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and thank you for joining us. So tree goes on, and then we'll take this one right here, the house on its own, ink this one up. Yeah, Pauline, I agree with you there. It is worth getting yourself a pack of this masking paper, because it's so much better in the long run. So that one's going to go on, and it will last you a long time. We've had our packet of paper, unless you do lots and lots of masking, but it will last you a while. So I've got this one here, and I'm just going to take this last one off. Like that, and we'll stick this one over that house there. Good. So we will then come on to this house. So I've got my mask on this side. Ink that one up, and pop this one like this. And that's that one. And I will... Now, if I wasn't going to be doing any blending on this, I wouldn't need to have duplicates of some of these masks, because I could then move them across and do this. But I'm going to need to add some colour to this. So I need a mask for every single stamped image in the duplicates. So I'm just going to come back, and I'm going to bring my tree in over here, like that. And to take your pick tool is very handy for removing this paper. Really. So I've got a cat which is on the prowl again. She's going to jump on everything. And then I just do the last one again, which is the single house, the single double story house. And we will pop that one on like that. So I just need to try and get an equal distance. This one's going to actually go quite a lot behind this house, but that's the beauty of having masking paper. You can hide things, therefore giving the illusion it is behind it. So I'm a little bit off this side over here. So ideally what I would have is another, I might actually just have to ask Jay just to cut me out one more. Have you got any spare masking paper over there, Jay?
Yeah.
Can I have some, please? And I'll get you to do one more for me.
Do you want to just do the brick wall?
I can just do the brick wall if you want, actually. Yes, okay. That's one thing I haven't used. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the brick wall. You sure that will work?
You have some offcut somewhere.
So I just kind of just want to get this equal this side here. So all I want to do is just give it something there. Okay, I should be okay. Maybe I won't need the mask, or maybe maybe I will. What's this on here? Yeah. Thank you. So good. So that's that one. I will just pop my final mask on the house, and then once Jay's got me a brick wall. And the only reason I've done it is because I needed to balance it out. I just didn't want to. I just wanted to something to go there. Is it the last one? Struggle to peel off. Here we go. And that one's going to go on like that. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit of room here. And I'm going to bring in my... Oh, Jay's done my...
Or you done it the other way.
Have I done it upside down? I think I have, haven't I? So I'm just going to move that out of the way for a second. And I'm just going to bring in my glass mats. Thank you. Okay, and Jay's kindly cut me out a wall. So whilst I've got that, I will just pop this on. I thought I stamped it on a crease, but maybe I didn't. I did. There you go. So that's one and two. So there's a lot of work to do this if you're wanting to do it. But once, like I say, as Pauline mentioned in the comments, once you've got the once you've got some of the groundwork done, and you've got some masks, the masks will go back in the case, and then you can carry on using them. So if you want to do multiples of this, it will be fine. So once I've now got this, I'm going to bring myself in a couple of blending brushes. So I've got myself one here and one here, and I've got myself some Azure Afternoon, and I'm just going to blend myself a little bit of sky going on. So I'm going to start off, and then I'm just going to then bring this down and just build up some of this sky. Now, see, the beauty of having the masking paper there is that it's not going to interfere with any of my stamped images. left right giving me a white, still giving me the white houses to colour in. So I'm just going across like this. And just bringing that ink in. Kind of coming down. You can see how far I'm kind of like coming down. I'm not coming down too low. Kind of about halfway is enough. But getting on those houses, giving myself a nice, good, smooth blend going on there. So once I'm happy with that, I'm going to again get rid of my Azure Afternoon, and I will bring in some Night of Navy, and we'll just darken down the sky ever so slightly. And we'll do this. This is quite juicy, and I'm just literally just going to want to go round the edges just to darken that a little bit, like you would do with a night sky and or a sunset kind of thing. It always starts off as lighter at the bottom and then is darker at the top. Kind of the illusion I'm going for here. And having a glass mat, something which the ink isn't going to be porous to stick to, is great for moving stuff around. So I'm just going to darken down those edges a little bit, coming in. And there we have that there. Okay, I just want to just darken this side down just a little bit. That's the one. And what I might do is I might just bring in a little bit more of the Azure Afternoon again, just a little bit more. And just add a little bit more ink to that. Good. Okay, so I'm going to ask Jay, do you mind if I use your white pen again?
It's our pen.
I keep using, I've got a thing about Jay, or I say Jay's white pen. It is our white pen, but I will use it. So I'm just going to clean this. And I'm just going to get my white Posca pen out again. Now, if you haven't got a white Posca pen, but you've got yourself some white craft ink for the Stampin' Up! White craft ink, you can always do that. Pop it on a little bit of a block with a little bit of water and then splat it on that way. Whereas if you've got a nice, white pen, you can do what I'm going to do right now. And do this. Now I am just going to move some stuff out of the way because I tend to get a bit dirty with this. So I'm also going to pop a little bit of paper in front of me just to stop I don't splat. So I just got myself some copy paper. Going to cover that on so the stuff which is in front of me so it doesn't go on the desk. But I've got myself a pen and I'll grab myself a little block and I'll just activate this. Like that, and I'm just going to just tap this. You trying to get that to go? No. That's it. So I've just activated and popped it on like a little block here. And this is with the masks still in place, so that my snow isn't going to get on my, it's just going to go on my skyline. Okay. Let's just turn it around a little bit. There we have it. Okay, so that can just be drying for a moment whilst I do some other stuff. So you can see there I've got some nice white blobs, and that's using the white Posca pen, and that is the 3M Posca pen. So that's those ones right there if anyone is interested in those. But you can use white craft ink as well if you want. So I'm just going to leave that to dry with the masks in place. Just going to put that to one side. I'm just going to clean off my mats again, because it has got some of the white splats on it. And there we go. And then we're done with my glass mat, so I can pop this to one side now. And along with my copy paper. Right there. Good. Right, so the next thing which I want to do is I may as well just get some of the sentiment sorted here as well. Let me just pop this away before I lose that sheet of paper. That's it, that's going in there. Good, so the sentiment which I'm going to use on this one is from the Peaceful Season, and I'm going to use Peace and Joy because it fits quite nicely on one of the circles from the Spotlight in Nature dies. So I've got myself a bit of an offcut which come from me cutting earlier on, so I'm just going to take Spotlight in Nature. I've got the circle which is right here. I'm going to take Peace and Joy, which is right there, and I may as well just do this in Night of Navy, which will be fine, so we can do that. We'll just stamp that down like so, and then we'll just run that through the cutting machine like that. Okay, so we will bring over our Suki. And then run this through. And the great thing about circles is it doesn't matter really about getting it lined up too much, because you just turn it and it'll be fine. And that's that one right there. Alright, so that's that one to one side. And we're actually done. That's all the die cutting which is needed for this card. So that's that one to one side. So I may, if your white snow isn't drying quick enough, then you may just need to get yourself a heat tool and just give it a little bit of a helping hand. Which I may just give it a little bit of a helping hand there. Just grab my heat tool and not working.
Why not switch it on?
There we go. So I'm just going to waft this over. just to give it a little bit of heat, but not too much. That'll be enough on that one. Okay, so we are ready to remove these masking paper. So I'm going to do just one more thing before I do it. I still want something down over here. So let's have a little look. I figured you've got this tiny little tree, which I reckon I can pop in there just to fill up that, just to fill that corner up, because I've still got that mask in place. So I can pop that little tree just in the yard like that, and then I can then colour that one in a moment. So it's just balanced it out just a little bit more. So good, let's remove. So have your picked on, and just go carefully, because like I say, they have got a lot, they are quite sticky, some of them, and we do need to just be careful.
If you wrap it with the heat tool as well from the back, that might ease it up a little.
Okay, thank you, Jay. So Jay's just saying, if you're struggling with it, if you get the heat tool onto it and heat from the back, it will help loosen the glue a little bit. So if you are struggling, then that's a little tip for you, because what you don't want to do is tear what you've done. So I'm just going to take this slowly. Like that. I'm popping these back in. So this one here, I'll start this side here now. Like that. I'm going to gently take this one off. That one there, and the final two so you see what has happened, as in they have gone, the paper has protected it when I've been doing the blending, leaving them as a perfect, and things have gone behind houses and so on, so it's created that lovely overlap like so. It's created this lovely little village going on with your papers. Okay, so now what we need to do is some quick colouring. So I will say quick, so we will grab in some Poppy Parade and let's colour in this house over here. Maybe I'll go with a different one, because I'll go with real red, because that one's running out. So we're just going to go on. Yeah, the reveal, Mardi, is definitely always the best part. And now we've got the part, now we're just creating this lovely snowy scene. Like that. And I'll have another red house. We go over here and we go red as well. Go very quiet when I'm colouring. So you can obviously spend a lot more time if you're going to do something like this, and doing some different colours, some shading if you want to. That's that one there. I will just add a little bit going on with the little bit of the dark. Yeah, just take your time and just really build those colours. Build those colours up. So are you still making Christmas cards? Are you finishing Christmas cards? Are you still looking for inspiration? What's everyone's thoughts on that at the moment? So that's my reds in. So let's go with some blues. So let's go with the same colour as we did the sky. Actually, I'm just going to have a little look at what I think. Let's go a bit of blueberry bushel for this house here. I'm just going round and doing that. That's that one, which is good. I'm also going to have a blue house over here as well. So like I said at the beginning, this is a case from the lovely Stacey Marsh. So with my little variation on it. And let's just add a little bit of shading on some of these. So I'm kind of scribbling this on, but I kind of think that also adds a little bit of shading, because when you put the same colour on top of it, you still get another, like a bit of another shade. So I'm kind of making it look not perfect anyway. Helps it. So that's that one. And then let's go with a green. So for the house, I think I'll go with some shaded spruce right here. So we've got some very colourful houses on this street. Colourful houses reminds me of a place in the Caribbean, actually. Well, I think it was Aruba. I'm pretty sure that had colourful houses as we went in. Has anyone else been to Aruba? Can I confirm that? I can't remember. It was about 20 years ago that I went there. So we would just have a bit of dark going on here. just blend it out quickly and colour it in. And I'll try not to colour in the snowman's head this time. I did that the first time I did it, and then had to get the colour lifter out to kind of like blot him. So that's that. And then we will just do some, if I remember correctly, I think I used some cinnamon cider. Sorry, not cinnamon cider, copper clay for the doors. Like that. That's that one, and final door there. So this is the longest part of this card, is the colouring in. There we have it. Okay. So that's that one, and I'm also going to use the copper clay here because it's kind of like, I believe, I want to say they're like shutters on these windows up the top here, so we have those the same colour as the door there, and the window sills on that particular one there. And I'll just grab myself a bit of grey for the doorstep on that one, and for my chimneys I do have a grey chimney up the top there. There we have it. Okay, so just need to colour in my trees there, and that other one over here, the tree. So I'll bring in some pecan pie, and we'll just quickly just bring that in over there. Oh, actually, I do need to colour in my fence. Sorry, not my fence, my brick wall needs to go over there to match the step, which is good. And we will go with some, I think it was Mossy Meadow I'm going to go for my tree. I think it's a very tree green. Do you know what I mean? A tree green. Do you get me? You wouldn't have I wouldn't use like a lemon lime twist for a green for a tree. Not for this. It's probably a bit too bright. So it's a bit more, because this is a bit more. It's a darker green. I think it works quite well for a tree green. And we'll just add in a few bits, darker pieces just running around, so we'll just blend it out quickly. Good, somebody gets me. Who's that? Linda, thank you. So I'm going to bring in my white Posca pen one more time, and I'm just going to kind of draw.
We have Grace Clark, Sherry on Facebook, Emotion de Papier by Natalie Cartier.
Hello.
Hazel West, Tina Hackett, Sarah Nixon.
Good evening to you all. So therefore I've gone and just popped a little bit of the white Posca pen on the tree so that we've got some snow bits on the tree. So we just need to warm this place up a little bit. It's a little bit cold in these houses at the moment. So the electricity bill is going to go through the roof on these because they're all going to have their lights on. So I'm using some Daffodil Delights Dark for this. There we have it. What I must have blind off on that one. Yeah, so that's it. There we go. So we've just warmed it up a little bit. Let's just bring in my copper clay one more time. Let's just pop the blinds on that one and the windowsill. And there we have that scene going on right there quite nicely, which I think it's quite nice to sit there and build this up and watch it come to life. It's really it's quite pleasing to do this. So, which is lovely. So we are nearly finished with this. Few more things. So this can in a moment get popped on our card. So I just need to poke out some of these which haven't come out when I pulled it out of the machine. And that will eventually kind of like cover up a big portion of some of these houses over here as well, which isn't an issue for me. But what I'm going to do is we are going to bring in some ribbon. So we've got some of the ribbon here. It's the satin ribbon going on from the Cherry Cobbler and Gold ribbon, which is from the Seasons of Elegance suite. Okay, and we will just pop this on like that. Alright, so I'm just going to use this by securing this behind.
Ooh, just enough.
It is just enough, yeah. With a little bit of tear and tape. And we'll just pull that over like so. So that's been secured on that one right there. Okay, I will finish that one off once it's on the card, but what I may do is a tiny bit. So I'm just being a little bit just going to kind of turn that over and just pop a little bit of that tear and tape on the back there in the middle.
Branson says hello.
Hi Branson. So that must mean that Sherry is here as well.
Yes.
Hello Sherry.
I did tell you earlier.
Did you? Sorry, I was obviously paying attention, wasn't I?
You were concentrating.
So obviously they're putting a bit of sticky tape on a ribbon is quite tricky to get that off. It will get there. There we go.
Mini glue dot.
Mini glue dot would work as well. But I just like to make it a little bit difficult for myself. And it kind of just secures it down there a little bit as well. So that can now get popped onto our black layer right here. So it's going to help make that pop even more, like so. And we'll stick this on with some glue. It's taken me a while to play with this set. I'm really quite disappointed in myself that I haven't actually played with it sooner. But I've really enjoyed what I have made with this. We've really enjoyed doing. We've made some amazing projects with it. We went to a lovely class with Emma Goddard as well, which was using this one, which was really, really nice. There we go. That's that. So good. That now can get popped onto my card base, which is right here. So I'm going to stick this down flat again on this, just to keep the height down, because I will be using some dimensionals on the sentiments. And I just realised there's one thing I haven't actually done, but it may be a bit too late to do that now. Because it may warp it.
Oh,
I can try it. That's fine. Okay, so that's on there. Right, so I am going to try something. This is now, hopefully I don't ruin this whole thing, because I've done it a little bit too late. But this is a retired up product, so, but it is, you can get it quite freely on other places. But this is what we sold a couple of years ago, which is the Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. So, and it's also called with other places Fluffy Stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this over, have a little bit of and I'm just going to pop a thin line, don't want to do too much, along the base of this here. So I bet a lot of you are now going, I've got some of that. Don't know where it is. I'm going to have to grab it out. So we have got our puff paint is on the bottom right here, but we now need to make it puff. So I'm going to get this nice and hot. So I'm just going to get it warm. And I'm just going to dry it. It is warping it slightly, but that's fine. It will bend, it will dry out, it will fine. Okay, so it has warped it a little bit. What I would do is I would get that on something. It will, once it cools down, it will then naturally come back to shape. But that there has then just puffed up that snow line right there. because it warped on my first one. So it's natural, but I would have done, ideally I would have done that before I'd stuck it down completely like that. But that there is absolutely fine.
You can even do like dots in the sky.
I could do dots, and you can do dots in the sky, yeah. So it still stands up fine, and then we can just manipulate that as and when. Because obviously the glue underneath is still tacky and wet, so obviously you've got hot heat, wet, things that can moving around. So to finish this off, we're going to pop this on we're going to pop some sentiments on, some dimensionals, sorry, on my sentiments. Just like that. And then that there can go on like that down there. And then I'll go a little bit more, if we can, tuck this underneath like so, and just gonna see how I did it on my other one. I think what I did,
everyone's loving it on Facebook. Grace says beautiful. Sherry and Brunson loves the houses. Julianne said gorgeous. And Anna as well. The coloring is perfect. She goes.
thank you. So just a tiny little bow on the ends over there like that. We'll grab ourselves some snips like that. That little bit can go under there like that. And there we have ourselves a little Christmas card using the Yuletide Village Stamp Set.
Angie loves your bow.
There we have it. I'm not happy with my tassels. I need to that's it. Thing is though, because of the way I've tied the bow, I can quite easily, if I'm not happy with that, I can still untie that and do it again, because it's not part of the original, the whole piece. It's just done, so I can still mess around with that one quite nicely. Oh, dimensional in the middle.
Dimensionals.
And there we have it. What do you think? Do you like? It's stunning. I'm really happy with that one. So again, thank you Stacey for the inspiration on that one there, and my variation of it. So good. Jay's just going to come on over. I'll show you my original one, which is a bit more of a true case, a little bit more same ribbon, and so on, same kind of like cardstock. So that was the original right there. So thank you so much for joining us. Really
Well
happy
done.
with that.
Yes.
So
Great job.
good. That took us an hour. Wow, sorry.
Yes. So yes, well done to Barry, and thank you so much everyone that joined us on YouTube and Facebook as well. If you did come in midway, so just go back and check the beginning when the replay is available.
Yeah, I'll get cracking for next year, shall I, Nancy? 50.
Wow.
So,
Right.
yeah. Excellent. So thank you so much for joining us. We will be back with you again in a few days' time, hopefully for Friday, and or if not Friday, we'll be back with you again on Sunday, same time, same place.
Yes.
I think it's Jay's turn now. He hasn't done the last week, so it's
No,
true
I
he hasn't done. So I was giving him a break, which is quite nice for him, I suppose. But that's it. I think I'm burnt out now. That's it. I'm done. I'm done till New Year. So great. So we'll see you in a few days' time.
Yes.
But thank you so much for watching. We will, see you again soon.
Cool. Take care, everyone.
Take care for now. Bye.
Bye.